Hello everyone, welcome to the Explorers. So today let us continue with the part 2 of the Indus Valley civilization. Part 1 is mentioned in the comment section. Discovery and the early excavation. The symbols and the inscriptions on the articraft of people of Indus Valley civilization are not decoded yet. Therefore, the story of Indus Valley civilization is best given with the discovery of its ruins in the 19th century. The civilization was first identified in 1921 at Harappa in Punjab region and then in 1922 at Mohenjo-daro near Indus River in Sindh region. Both sites are in present-day Pakistan in Punjab and Sindh provinces respectively. The ruins of the Mohenjo-daro were designated a World Heritage Site in 1980. The Indus Valley civilization, known to the two large cities Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, more than 100 towns and villages. The two cities were perhaps originally about 1 mile square in overall dimensions, and their outstanding magnitude suggests political centralization. It is also possible that Harappa succeeded Mohenjo-daro, which is known to have been devastated more than once by exceptional floods. Harappa did not conform to either Egyptian or Mesopotamian architecture. However, as there are no evidence of temples, the city spread over 370 acres of small brick houses with flat roofs made of clay. Streets were laid out in a grid pattern, clearly demonstrating a high degree of skill in urban planning. Houses in both cities had flush toilets, a sewer system, and fixtures on either side of the streets were part of an elaborate drainage system, which was more advanced even than that of early Romans. Devices known from Persia as wind catchers were attached to the roofs of some buildings, which provided air conditioning for the home or administrative office, and at Mohenjo-daro there was a great public bath surrounded by a courtyard with steps leading down into it. As other sites were unearthed, the same degree of sophistication and skill came into light, as well as understanding that all these cities had been pre-planned. Unlike those of other cultures, which usually developed from smaller rural communities, the cities of the Indus Valley civilization had been thought out and site-chosen and purposefully constructed prior to the full habitation. Chronology. The chronology is primarily based on the physical evidences from Harappan sites, but also from knowledge of their trade contacts with Egypt and Mesopotamia. Lapis lazuli, a product, was immensely popular in both cultures, and although scholars knew it came from India, they did not know from precisely where until Indus Valley civilization was discovered. Pre-Harappan period 7000 to 5500 BC. The Neolithic period best exemplified by sites like Mehergarh, which shows evidence of agricultural development, domestication of plants and animals, and production of tools and ceramics. Early Harappan 5500 to 2800 BC. Trade firmly established with Egypt, Mesopotamia, and possibly China. Ports, docks, and warehouses built near waterways by communities living in small villages. Mature Harappan 2800 to 1900 BC. Construction of the great cities and widespread urbanization. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro are both flourishing. Late Harappan 1900 to 1500 BC. Decline of the civilization coinciding with a wave of migration of Aryan people from the north. Physical evidence suggests climate change, which caused flooding, drought, and famine. A loss of trade relations with Egypt and Mesopotamia has also been suggested as a contributing cause. Post-Harappan 1500 to 600 BC. The cities are abandoned and people have moved south. The civilization has already fallen by the time Cyrus II. Aspects of culture. The people seem to have been primarily artisans, farmers, and merchants. There is no evidence of standing army, no palaces, and no temples. Among the thousands of artifacts discovered at the various sites are small soapstone seals a little over an inch in diameter, which archaeologists interpret to have been used for personal identification in trade. These seals are thought to have been used to sign contract, authorize land sales, and authenticate point of origin, shipment, and receipt of goods in trade long distance. The people had developed the wheel, cart, drawn by the cattle, flat bottom boats wide enough to transport trade goods, and may have also developed the sail. In agriculture, they understood and made use of irrigation techniques and canals, various farming implements, and established different areas of cattle grazing and crops. Their level of artistic skill is evident through numerous finds of statuary, soapstone seals, ceramics, and jewellery. The most famous artwork is the bronze statue standing 4 inches tall known as Dancing Girl, found at the Mohenjo-daro in 1926 CE. An equally impressive piece is a soapstone figure 6 inches tall known as the Priest King, depicting a bearded man wearing a headdress and ornamental armband. The language and script of the Indus Valley civilization remain undeciphered. The script consists of symbols found on the articraft, but efforts to interpret them have been inconclusive. The lack of a deciphered script poses a significant challenge in understanding the linguistic aspects of this ancient civilization. Indus Valley civilization was a thriving center of trade and external connections, showcasing a sophisticated economic network. The civilization, with major urban centers such as Mohenjo-daro and Harappa in extensive trade both within its territory and with distant regions. External connections. The civilization had external trade with regions as far as Mesopotamia. Archaeological findings include articraft such as seals, pottery that indicate trade interactions. The discovery of Mesopotamian seals in Indus Valley and vice versa highlight the extent of these connections. The decline of the Indus Valley civilization remains a debate with no definitive explanation. Lack of comprehensive written record from Indus Valley civilization makes it challenging. Factors such as environmental changes, shifts in trade routes, or internal social and political issues might have contributed to the eventual decline of this remarkable ancient civilization.